welcome to the third day, third turn. We are on the 9th of December 1942 along the Chir River, and here's the situation. So there is a pocket here of German units of Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld in the west, and yeah, I made a mistake. I moved a lot of the units of the 119th Rifle Division as if they had a full activation in the last turn, so they should have moved halved. But yeah, we are gonna go on anyway. So yeah, mistakes have been made, but that's such are the fortunes of war. So we are keeping the Germans pocketed over there. Off camera, after the turn ended, I remembered that I needed to adjust the Soviets' logistical situation, and I forgot to do it at the end of those formations activations. So I marked with these dice. So basically there has been some movement behind the lines, and now the Soviets have untangled their logistical nightmare. So the 333rd Rifle MSR goes down this way, the 1st Tank Corps goes down this way across the river here at Savinsky. So they are still using trucks, but all the bridges across the Chir use trucks, so no way of avoiding that. So they go down here, and the 3rd Cavalry has moved its combat trains that were in this area on this side. So they go down here and then up the secondary road. So now at least no Soviet formation on the center here is crossing the streams with one another, and yeah, they will have a -1 for ghosted combat trains, but the turn after that should be gone. So that's what happened off camera. So I'm gonna use this traffic marker to remind myself when I have a partial activation that I only have half movement. I'll try to put it near the HQ to just as a reminder. So let's start. Yeah, here in the east, the situation is a bit more stable. The front has not moved too much in the last 2 turns. The Soviet have captured the rail station at Richkovsky, but the Germans are still holding to Verknechirsky here along the Don. And yeah, Kampfgruppe Adam went into prepared defense, and that's probably what the Germans should do as soon as possible. Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld wanted to relieve the defenders of Surovikino, but that turned out a disaster, despite the support they received from the flak company. And in the center, yeah, again, the situation is pretty stable, I would say. The 11th Panzer has punched really hard against the 1st Tank Corps. But this turn, Soviets will get some reinforcements, so let's see how it goes. So the first thing we need to do, we are on the 9th of December 1942, we need to determine the weather. So let me roll. I rolled a 1. This means the weather is gonna be, yeah, still poor. So rain and snow is falling, and yeah, the winter in Russia is on. So we roll for air points. The red die is for the Soviets, the white die for the Germans. So 5 for the Germans, 4 for the Soviets. That means the Germans get 2 air points and the Soviets get 1. Okay, so the Soviet Air Force is showing up. I'm gonna place it here, just to remember. And 2 points of German Air Force. Okay. Next, replacements. So let's go again. 5 for the Soviets and 4 for the Germans. The Soviets get 2 AV replacements and 2 non-AV replacements, and the German only get 1 per type. So the Soviet reinforcements are gonna go all to 1st Tank Corps, which has taken the most losses. So this KV unit is gonna get 1 replacement, and this tank brigade is gonna get 1 replacement. So they go back both to full strength. 3 steps for the KV unit and 2 steps for the other brigade. And as for infantry, I think this tank brigade, motorized brigade is gonna get 1, and maybe this infantry battalion up here of 333rd is gonna get the other non-AV replacement, since they are down just 1 step and they are holding the position across the river. That's better. As for the Germans, yeah, now game-specific rule for this Chir River scenario campaign is that you can reinforce units even if they don't have a complete MSR, which normally you can't do. So I think one of the AV replacements is gonna go for sure at this Panzer Battalion, which goes back to 3 steps. And the infantry, I think we are gonna give it to this elite Panzer Grenadier, which makes sense that they will get priority in reinforcements since they are on the front line and they are the best infantry unit. So that's it for replacements. Now we prepare reinforcements. So the Soviets get the entire 5th Mechanized Corps, and the interesting thing here is, and here is where I think the scenario can take really different directions. They can enter either on entry points A, which are these 2, or entry points B, which are these 3. So the Soviets have to decide where they want to strike. So a good point, I think it will be this one, and you can go down the main road, the tracks, and then smash your way through the remnants of Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld, conquer Novoderbenovsky in the south, and then maybe come around along these tracks, get the State Farm and attack the 11th Panzer from the side, and maybe right down to Verkne-Solonovsky. Because I mean, the only thing standing is these 2 units of the Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld and this 7th Field Luftwaffe Division, which is, as you know, pretty bad. So that's an interesting route. The other way is on the other side of the map, so from this secondary road down here and help the attack on Verknechirsky, but I mean 7th Tank Corps is gonna get some tanks in 2 days, so I don't think they need it. The third route is maybe here down the center along this secondary road, and maybe 5th Mechanized Corps can move himself between the 3rd Cavalry and the 1st Tank Corps area of operation. Maybe 3rd Cavalry can move away from this secondary road, and 5th Tank Corps can smash down towards Nizhny-Chirskaya, where there are 2 objectives very close to each other. But I think the Soviets are gonna enter from this entry point, use the tracks and keep the beating on against Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld and try flanking maneuver, a pincer maneuver around here, and force 11th Panzer to go on the defense on this side, so to relieve some pressure of 1st Tank Corps. The Soviets also get 1 artillery point as reinforcement, and now after we prepare the reinforcements there is the assignment phase, so I can choose if I want to give it to 5th Mechanized, since they only have 1 inherent, or I want to reinforce somebody else. But I think, yeah, we're gonna give it to them, so they're gonna have 2 artillery points to attack, since also they come after fatigue 0. We can see some action from them. There is no unassignment that we want to do, I think. Everybody will have to do with what we have, neither on the German or the Soviet side, I think. And units can enter or exit support, and again, I think everybody is in a good situation, well, as long as the scenario allows. I mean, it's not the best situation for anybody, I think, in this scenario. That's pretty interesting. Everybody's kind of strung out a bit. Okay, then we can go to orders, so we can draw our chits. The 5th Mechanized Corps chit is inside the Egg Cup of Doom, so you can see the penguins here are gonna help us. And the first 3 of the 9th are Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld, 119th Rifle Division, and Adam Kampfgruppe, so it's a German activation. And we are gonna go with Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld, which I know that's maybe a bold move, but I think before the pockets it gets even worse, we can try to rescue maybe some of these units, but we are gonna enter prepared defense, which is not a great idea when you're trying to go on the offensive as well, but I think at least these 3 units are gonna get a better chance of holding the Soviets, so it's gonna be a very risky activation. So let's go with the Snafu. They are not fresh, they are 3 fatigue. Sorry, first they enter prepare defense, yeah. So the best we can get is a partial activation. So we are -3 for fatigue. They are not mixed. They are at optimal distance. The combat trains are down here. They are, however, using tracks. They are not crossing the streams and the trains are not ghosted. So it's -3 for fatigue, +1 for optimal distance, plus -2 for poor trafficability on the tracks. So it's a net -4. And we rolled an 8. -4 is a 4, so it's enough to get a partial activation. So just as a reminder, they can only move half. We have the Luftwaffe, even if they don't have any artillery, because it's a partial activation, so we round down the 1 point they have. But again, we maybe can use this Luftwaffe to help these units escape the pocket. And so they only have, yeah, they have no artillery. And they have 1 objective marker, which they are gonna place right here. Yeah. Now if this unit would have been still at 1 step, as it was at the end of the turn, maybe we could have tried to attack our way out of here, give us some movement here, and then try to move back down. But as it stands, I think we need to do... yeah. So this unit is stuck because they can't move from enemy zone of control to enemy zone of control. But these 2 units... So first this guy is gonna go on the deployed side. So if these units attack here, then they can manages to move this unit away. They are here and they are out of the pocket. But then these guys are still stuck because of this guy. So we can either do 2 attacks and try to simply move the units like that, which will, if they are both successful, will mean that the units are out of the pocket. Or we can do 1 attack against this guy with 1 unit supporting assisting the other, sorry. I think we are gonna play it risky, and these 2 units are gonna do 2 separate attacks over here. So let me think if it's better than one goes first or the other, but I think, yeah. So first this Morishka 4 group is gonna attack this unit here. We are gonna spend 1 of our air support points as a barrage, suppression barrage. So let's go to combat modifiers, and we use these dice to mark them so it's easier to see and to remember. So they start at 2. They get they have red support, so they go up to 3. They are not in a double objective zone. They have +2 again for the Luftwaffe support. We are at 5. They are not assisted, so they start with a 5. And the defender now, they start with 3 action rating. They are supported, so it's a 4. They are not in prepared defense. They are not in terrain, I think. Yeah. So I think that's all they get. Yeah, so it's a 5 versus a 4. It's a net +1. And we need, yeah, at least a 6, I think. Let's see. So I called it. We rolled a 6. +1 is a 7. That means the attacker suffers a step loss, but the defender has to retreat. However, I keep forgetting about that. Now this unit is surrounded, but no, I think they can retreat here because that negates the enemy zone of control for safe path. Let me check. Friendly units negate enemy zones of control for safe path, but not for MSR determination. That's a key difference. So this unit can actually retreat and must retreat. They flip to the move side and they go 1, 2, and then 3. I think they can go here. This battalion advances, but they suffer step loss. However, they are out of the pocket, which is what they were trying to achieve, so that's good. Now this Engelt battalion is going to attack the third 3rd Battalion of the 365th Infantry Regiment, and we're gonna spend the other Luftwaffe asset that we have at our disposal. So we're gonna start with 3 support, 4 no double objective, but we have the barrage. We are up to 6 and we are not assisted, because, and that also a mistake I made, to assist you have to be adjacent to both the attacked and the attacking unit. So I cannot assist with like attacking with this one and assist with this one. So this unit has nobody that can assist because this unit already attacked, so it's finished for the turn. So sorry, so we are 3 plus 1 for the support and plus 2 for the artillery. That means a 6. And the defender, I think they're only gonna get 3 and 1 for the support. They have limited support, so it's gonna be plus 2 on this attack. Bit of a better odds, and that's an okay roll. 8 plus 2 is a 10. That means the defender has a situational retreat and the attacker will not suffer a step loss because the defender is not in prepared defense. So, and they can retreat backward. So yeah, so they go 1, 2, 3 across the river. This battalion must advance, but they are out of the pocket. Now the question is, do we want to try an attack here and get these guys out? I mean, they're gonna lose a step anyway, so it might be a good idea. Wait a second, another thing I could do. Now these units can move. They could go here and here to create a safe path, so these units won't be isolated. However, they can't move from here to here, and they only have half movement point because it's a partial activation. So this time I'm not cheating. However, they, again, now they are being freed as well. They can go 1, 2 here, and absolutely they will. Yeah, so this will allow also this unit to retreat if now we succeed in the attack. It's gonna be a terrible attack. It's gonna be a -1 attack, but I think we need to try it. So these guys are gonna attack with no support. No, sorry, they have support, so they are at a 3. But no other... Oh, sorry, I forgot I had the prepared defense. So that's a -1. So the first attack actually should have been a failure. Oh, that changes everything. Let me reset it. So I made a mistake. I forgot that Kampfgruppe is now in prepared defense, so they get a -1 to the attack. So this first attack actually was, I rolled a 6, -1 is a 5, not a 7. So it's a failure, it's just an A1. And that's terrible, because that means that the pocket is still closed. So we used 1 barrage point. So now the situation is a bit trickier. What I could do is still try to attack here with this unit to push them back a bit and at least move closer to the front line. So yeah, the Engels battalion is going to attack here. They're going to spend the other Luftwaffe asset. So there is a possibility. If this unit manages to move this battalion out of the way, then these units are all creating a safe path for each other. And so the pocket will be, well, not solved, but at least these units won't suffer a step loss now. They would be in a very vulnerable position, but I mean, for this turn we would have a better situation. This, however, would, since this unit would advance here, this would leave the road open here. So yeah, maybe that's not a viable option here. I think the only way to do this now, this failure... Oh no, I can't attack this guy again because it was just attacked now. So yeah, that's terrible for just 2, yeah, and one differential. Sorry, I'm mixing stuff up. It wasn't a 5, it was a 6 because the net modifier was 0 with the -1 for prepared defense. In the as the attacker, I mean. So well, still that's the result. But I mean, this unit was holding the line, the gap closed, so that's terrible. I think we just need to take down as many Soviets as we can with these units. Yeah, maybe if we dislodge these units, attacking with these two, then this guy, yeah, no. but he can't move here, that's the problem. It's very tough situation. Yeah, so we're gonna attack here with this unit. Gonna spend the other Luftwaffe point, and that's a 3 +1 for the red support, and 6 for the Luftwaffe versus a 3 +1 for the support. So that's a -1, and haha, I was forgetting, they are in prepared defense, so that goes down to a 5, so it's just a net +1. Almost did the mistake again. And that's not gonna cut it. 5 +1 is a 6. Again, it's an A1. That's a disaster. And I think that shows really well how just one decisive location on the battlefield can determine like the whole course of the battle for that formation. Have these units managed to dislodge this guy, then and maybe this one, all these 4 battalions would have been available to reform a line, but now they are almost certainly doomed. And I'm thinking, if I want to attack this guy, that's only 2 steps, but that's only a 2, we don't have any support or anything, and we are in prepared defense. So I think we are gonna call it a day for this activation in the dawn, in the snowy and rainy dawn of the 9th of December, and that's terrible result for Kampfgruppe Stumpfeld. So first thing is we need to yeah, I don't think there's anyone that we want to move. We need to hold the line here, and yeah, the HQ is pretty exposed as well. So we roll for fatigue. We did attacks, so we need to roll for that. And of course, on the red die we roll a 1, so they are down, to fatigue 4, and yeah, they can't even try a second activation, and they will need to rest on the next one. So at least we enter prepared defense just in time. But now it's isolation losses. So everybody's in HQ range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I was careful to keep everybody in range, but few units don't have a safe path. So let's start on this side. They can. These guys cannot, because all this is blocked by these guys. So they lose 1 step each. Well, I'll apply the step losses. And then as well the defenders of Surovikino, 1 step loss for each unit. Okay, so that's the situation after applying all the step losses. These guys are dwindling down, and 2 battalions in Surovikino are out of steps, so they have been destroyed. So only 2 German steps. Kampfgruppe Kannberg and and Battalion Kohat are holding on to Surovikino. So next turn they will be gone, or even earlier if the Soviets decide to attack, now that there are no more 2 units in a hex, which is another combat DRM, of course, in favor of the defender. Let's see who can activate next. 7th Field Division, 1st Tank Corps, or 3rd Cavalry Corps. So the Soviet activation.